Rocky, what's it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Mike Doe, and I'm here with
the Great Cosmic.
And today we're talking about Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods.
Boy, this was well needed.
So this anime, this movie was really awesome. If you was like me, you grew up with Dragon Ball Z, you grew up with Dragon Ball Z, you know it was a big part of your life. What about your life, man?
Every day when I got out of school, the first thing I did, didn't sit around and talk to nobody. Ran straight home, got my snacks ready, and prepared to go ahead and get on some Dragon Ball Z. It was that serious.
Most definitely. So, talking about Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, to me personally, let everyone know that yes, there are spoilers in this video. If you haven't seen this movie yet, please stop the video, go watch the movie, then come back and see this review.
Watch 2 times.
So, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods started off really good. I mean, it came off with really good progression. It wasn't slow. If you remember watching Dragon Ball Z, the series at all, it was really drawn out. In this movie, things went really, really fast.
No filler.
Yes, like, it wasn't like a lot of random crap. Now, I will say, one of the parts in the movie that was kind of slow to me is where we actually got some of the Dragon Ball characters.
Honestly, they could have stayed in Dragon Ball world.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But, you know, that part just kind of slowed down for the movie. But overall, the movie went really, really fast.
Oh, yeah. Like, it stayed in a very fast-paced, fluid motion, which is unheard of when it comes to Dragon Ball. Because usually it'd be 3.5 episodes for somebody to power up, 2 episodes of flashbacks, and then whenever you got to the fight, they'll go off and go to talk about somebody else, about Master Roshi or somebody.
Now, one thing I can definitely say about this movie is they was able to give information and explain that information and keep action going.
As everything was going on, there was no, oh, let me dart over here to these people. I love that.
Yes. And hopefully if they keep going with another series or another movie, they keep this pace going.
I hope so, indubitably.
So to talk a little bit about the character progression, some of the character progressions in here was really, really good. I mean, the top 3 is Bills, Goku, and Vegeta.
But one thing I can say I really liked about this movie, it stayed canon. Now, if you're new to anime, canon means that it stayed true to Dragon Ball Z. Everything that was there carried over. Krillin still had hair in 18. They spoke about Vegeta's brother. If you haven't seen the episode, you might want to go watch that. Very nice. Tien, Yamcha, Piccolo, they all stay scrubs. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're truly not understanding what canon is, basically it is good. It's part of the storyline. So if a series started back, it will most likely start where the movie ended, or where the series usually end is where the movie's going to actually end. So where the movie ends, they'll probably start the storyline somewhere around there. Canon is basically saying that it's part of the original series and not like something random.
Most definitely. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the great fight scenes in this thing. It was just so amazing.
So one thing I gotta say is on a lot of these fight scenes, like fight scenes was just incredible. Now one thing I gotta say is Bills was one hell of a character.
No. Truthiness.com.
Bills was just awesome. Hands down.
He was handing out ass whooping like government cheese. Like, whenever you see the movie, the top 3 ass whoopers you're going to see. Number 3 goes to Tien. Number 2 goes to Piccolo. And number 1 goes to Gotenks. I have never seen somebody get spanked out of Super Saiyan before.
Now,
all street credit lost.
Now, actually talking about Bills a little bit more, Bills to me was awesome. I mean, actually looking through Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, looking at the main bad guys like Frieza, Perfect Cell, Kid Buu. Bills really had this personality that you really liked.
He's a very likable character. Honestly, I can even see him possibly being a good guy.
Not just that, I mean, like, Bills, he was a character with untold amount of power, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, y'all all gotta feel my power. It was, oh, y'all got food? Oh shit, I'm gonna eat.
Oh, when he first landed, I promise you, the blackness inside of Bills popped in because he's like, y'all got ribs and macaroni and cheese over there? Oh, let me get a plate. And that's how it happened. That's what happened when he came to Earth.
Now, one person in this movie who really got street cred for me personally was Vegeta. He he personally just blew me away. I was just stunned to see Vegeta in the series in Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta was okay. He wasn't one of my favorite characters. However, in this movie, he was just incredible.
Because the Bills had 2 fight scenes before the end one. He had a fight with Goku, and he had a fight with Vegeta. Honestly, I have never seen a Vulcan death chop as serious as the one Goku got in the beginning of this movie. And I can say this, another thing I have to mention, don't hit Bulma. It is not good for business.
Now, one thing I can say about Vegeta, Vegeta is one of those characters that when he gets pissed off, he gets more powerful. And one thing we know about Vegeta, he loves skipping levels. And in this movie, when Bulma gets bitch slapped, Vegeta surpassed Goku in fighting skill and in power. And that right there just caught me off guard. Vegeta put in work. Even Bills himself was like stunned for a second. I was like, wow.
Oh, Bills got tossed a little bit. It wasn't as serious, but Bills he got hit with what the hell was that? And as far as Vegeta passing Goku, we're talking about Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta passing Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Now, I will say in this movie, Goku, to me personally, he didn't seem as powerful. They kept to his storyline. Goku was this lovable, friendly character. And basically, he played that role in this movie.
Yeah, but to me, it kind of feels like he was a side character. Like, as far as the main part of the story, it seemed like he was pushed along by Vegeta, and Goku was just kind of like a hired hitman.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I think Vegeta really did pull this movie along, especially when he was trying to keep Bills from getting pissed off.
Bingo!
And he was dancing and going off. That right there caught me off guard. Because we've seen a new personality for Vegeta, and it shows that Vegeta really cares about everyone else. It shows that he cares about Earth, and he's doing everything in his power to make sure this God, this deity, do not go off.
It just proves that Vegeta is actually a good guy. Granted, he did get Majin at one time, but that's besides the point.
So that's basically the character progression. I mean, we had a lot of characters from the side, but everyone basically stayed the same. Yamcha, still weak as hell.
Tien, Chaozu, cannon fodder.
Piccolo got his pressure points done in with chopsticks.
Yeah, he dropped like a brick. Like he got hit when he got hit with the pressure points. I'm pretty sure his penis retreated back into his scrotum. I mean, that's just what I saw. You know, maybe we watched a different movie. You know what I'm saying?
Now for the end of the movie, what we truly feel about the movie: the good, the bad,
and the ugly.
And the ugly. So one thing I will say that I really liked about this movie was the Deity. The Deity Bills was great. He wasn't like this overhyped character. Matter of fact, he seemed to be underhyped. Deities are just incredible when it comes down to power. I mean, Bills had the dragon on bitch status.
I was going to answer a question, Master Boss. That's how the dragon was.
And that, to me, caught me off guard. That was impressive. I enjoyed that. I like to see how everyone was scared. It wasn't like, okay, Majin Buu's coming. And Majin Buu was actually powerful. And, you know, we talk about, like, Frieza. Oh, my God, we're all scared of Frieza. But then again, when you summon the dragon, you know, he's not going to be on bitch status. When it came down to Bills, Bills was the truth. He was the question and the answer.
And he was the language of speaking.
He was the problem and the solution. Like Bills, when they say deities, he was a true deity.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I have to agree. I love Bill's character. It was a great bad guy. Like, honestly, out of everybody in Dragon Ball Z, bad guy wise, he's at the top of my list. No hands, no questions. Another good thing I liked about it was the nostalgia. I had a nice case of nostalgia because getting to see everybody together and everything like that, it brought me back to when I first seen the first episode of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. And honestly, that's another reason that I'm probably going to end up watching the movie again because it was that good.
Most definitely. Now the bad. Now, what I really didn't like about this movie, unfortunately, was the Super Saiyan God. The Super Saiyan God was so hyped up through the internet, through media, through internet sites, and to really see the Super Saiyan God, I was really disappointed, and the main reason is it seemed to me it looks kind of like Kaioken with the red hair, besides having the kind of like the red glow glitter around. I like the little red glow glitter. However, at the end of the day, the Super Saiyan God I feel like was just really, really overhyped.
I'll agree, and honestly, it didn't have a long shelf life either. It dissipated halfway through a fight.
And not just that, I mean, when he went Super Saiyan God, it wasn't even a one-sided fight. You know, it was still Bills holding back. Yeah, Goku was holding back a little bit, but at the end of the day, it wasn't impressive. But I do feel like the Super Saiyan God, they left room for it to grow. It left room for them to master, learn it, and expand in that type of technique.
Okay. As far as the bad with me, it's only one scene that actually really, really pissed me off. The reason why Bills was about to destroy the Earth is because whenever he gets annoyed, he blows up things. He's a god of destruction. Majin Buu wouldn't give him no goddamn pudding.
Not a pudding cup.
Not one pudding cup, and he had 10 of them.
10!
And after that, that's the reason why he flipped out and said, I'm going to go ahead and destroy everything. But he did everybody worse than Majin Buu. I was expecting Majin Buu to get done up something fierce. Like, I wanted to see at least 2 minutes of him getting that ass drugged. Pink flubber and all. I wanted him to try, honestly, I wanted to see him try to turn Bills into a piece of chocolate. That's what I wanted to see. And I didn't get to see that, so I'm a little disappointed.
Now, one thing else I will actually say about this movie that kind of caught me off guard is at the end, after Goku fights Bills, something that really catch me off guard that I really don't see Goku do is he gave up. When Bill said, let me hear it, he was like, you win. That's something I really never seen Goku do. I seen Goku get beat. I see him fight to the death. But when it comes down to a true bad guy, Goku does not ever give up. And at this point, this is where Bills got so much street cred because Goku knew how powerful Bills was. There was no way impossible for him to defeat Bills. And he gave up. He gave up. And that was actually just caught me off guard.
Now, that's one thing I can say. Like, Goku has given up only one time in the past, the Perfect Cell, only because he knew Gohan was strong enough to defeat him. No, there was nobody else. I mean, Vegeta might have had a chance if they gave Super Saiyan God to him, but let's be honest, they ain't gonna give that to Vegeta.
Even Vegeta had it, he wouldn't been able to defeat Bills.
I agree.
I mean, at the end of the day, when he did kind of give up to Perfect Cell, it was someone else there who could do the job, who had the power. Yeah, it was like, what's the point of me actually keep fighting you when someone else is here? Why am I tiring myself out? Where this time you actually had a being that can destroy universe. This is not, he destroyed planets for fun, for crying out loud.
Galaxies,
my bad. Like, this guy destroyed galaxies. I mean, what was he, like, son of destruction or something of that nature?
Yeah, god of destruction.
So, this movie overall was great. Now, one thing I gotta say at the end, I love Bills for the simple reason he's like, you know what? I'm still have to destroy this planet. And then, beep. And that to me was awesome.
Yeah, I have to wholeheartedly agree. I mean, honestly, only thing I can say that I didn't really appreciate at all was the Dragon Ball flashback. Like, that really slowed the movie down. It was corny. It was cheesy. It was unnecessary. I mean, that's a few minutes out of my life I'm never going to get back.
Now, time to judge this movie. Time to give it a proper review. So, for my proper review for this anime, it was great. It gave me that nostalgia. It really felt like when I was real young, when I was a kid, and I was coming home, couldn't wait to watch Dragon Ball Z. The art was beautiful. It was great. I actually went to the movies and seen it, and I actually went out and bought it on Blu-ray. This movie was this beautiful. The scenery was great. The characters was perfect. It was definitely canon. The new character Bills was definitely awesome. My dislikes about the movie is basically seeing the Dragon Ball characters. They really seemed to slow the movie down. And it wasn't really a dislike. I just really didn't care for it to actually see Goku truly give up towards the end. And for that reason, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. Yes, I'm only taking 2 points off of it. This movie was great, and I recommend, if you're watching this review, definitely go get this movie, buy it Blu-ray.
My rating, it had a nice amount of comedy. Design was great. Flashbacks of my youth. I'm gonna give it an A- because the bad is so overwhelmed by the good. Honestly, you only think about it in hindsight.
So that's all I have for you today. If I left anything out, please leave it in the comment box below. Please rate, subscribe, and like the channel. It really helps. Thanks for watching. Matane.
Peace.